All right, so now we are on day number 6. So we'll warm up with some conversation starters. We'll review more grammar, past continuous, good versus will, simple past. And we've got some new stuff we'll take a look at, some of our choices with the words and or, and then determiners. Nanya, can you complete this sentence, please?
I went to the gym to exercising.
To do some exercise. To exercise or to do some exercise? Yeah. Do you go to the gym a lot, Danya? Does anybody here go to the gym?
No.
No? I used to go all the time. It's hard to find balance right now and to get to the gym. And then, of course, these past 3 months, that's not even a possibility, right? What do you think about this one, Norma? I want to learn how to play. Do you want to learn how to play an instrument?
I want to learn how to play the guitar.
The guitar. Yeah, I play guitar.
You do?
It's hard. Yeah, it's hard, especially at first. You have to have very strong hands, and it's very awkward. And the first couple of weeks, it's going to really hurt your fingers. You have to build up calluses to play the strings, but then then it gets better. But it's hard, and it's very hard initially. Does anybody else play an instrument or want to learn how to play an instrument?
No.
No?
No.
I would like to learn how to play the piano sometime. I love the piano. Okay. A gymnast. What do you think about a gymnast, Araceli?
A gymnast is so flexible.
Yeah, I bet they are really flexible, right? I always think that they must be really strong to be able to do all of that with their bodies and all the flips and handstands and yeah. But yeah, I bet they're also extremely flexible as well. Good. Danya, what do you think about tennis?
Tennis is a fun sport.
It looks fun. Have you ever played?
No.
No? I was when I was really, really young, I had a babysitter. I remember when I used to live in Atlanta, so I must have been 9, 10 years old. I had a babysitter that used to take me to play tennis. She was really into it. It's fun, but that was the last time I played tennis. But I always think that it would be a really fun thing to learn how to play. What do you think, Norma?
My favorite sport to watch on TV is Denver Broncos game.
So your favorite sport would be football then?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, why do you like football?
Because when they win, we could get a hamburger free.
Where do you get free hamburgers when the Denver Broncos win?
McDonald's?
With the card you receive in the mail.
I don't know about it. They don't give me free hamburgers. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, read this short description about a man who moved into an apartment where nothing is working. Do you want to read this for us, Araceli?
Yeah. My friend Gary is from New Jersey and he just moved to Colorado for a job. My apartment is so small, so he couldn't stay with me. He found an apartment on Craigslist at short notice, and it turned out that the apartment was a disaster. He called me today and told me that the heater wasn't working It was getting cold and winter was coming. The pipes under all of the sinks were leaking. The neighbors were always playing their music very loudly. The refrigerator was making a strange noise. The lights in his room were constantly switching on and off, even after he changed the light bulbs. He was to live in that awful apartment for 2 more months before another place will be available for him to move into. I feel bad for him.
Yeah. So this is a description. We've got an expression for this. When it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. When one thing goes bad, everything goes bad. Have you ever had a day like this? Where you start off and you're like, oh, today's going to be a good day, but then you miss the bus, and then you go to get your car and the battery doesn't start. And like it's just one thing after another. Were you ever in a situation like that where nothing was working or nothing was going right? Tanya or Norma? No?
With my car, um, it doesn't work. I can go to the appointment.
Mm-hmm. It happens sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see here. Dania, can you tell us about the last time you went to a hardware store like Home Depot or Ace or something like that?
I went to Home Depot a few months ago,
Okay.
and
What happened while you were there? Tell us about that.
the the he was friendly,
Okay.
and he really helpful,
Okay, good.
and I bought everything what I need.
You got everything that you needed?
Yeah.
All right, good. Very good. Can you tell us about the last time you went to a pharmacy, Norma?
I think so. 2 months ago, to get a medicine for the cough.
The medicine for who?
For my kids.
For your kids? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Can you tell us about the last time you went to a car wash, Araceli?
It has been a long time since I went to a car wash.
Okay.
So my car is dirty. Oh,
Yeah.
I should go to the car wash.
All right, good. What about the last time? Ooh, this is a hard one, right? Because it's coronavirus times. When's the last time you went to a restaurant, Danya?
A few months ago,
Yeah.
yeah, I went to the Olive Garden,
Okay.
and my husband found a hair in his plate,
Ew.
and the matrix was shy,
Okay.
and they changed the plate.
Good. What about the last time you went to a salon, Norma?
Um, 8 months ago, I went to the salon.
8 months ago?
Yeah.
That's very precise. What were you getting ready? What kind of salon did you go to? What were you getting ready for?
um, um, Latin salon for my cousin's wedding.
Good. What about the last time you had to go to either a garage or a mechanic, Araceli, for your car?
Like 2 weeks ago,
Oh, wow, recently.
we took my husband's car to the mechanic
Okay.
because it has a leaking oil. So they change everything that still, I have to say, empaques from the engine. They change everything, and I don't know because they use the weird words. I don't know how to explain, but
They did oil change?
they change some part inside the engine. What do you say?
Inside of the engine?
Yeah.
It was a serious problem then.
So expensive. It was like
Wow.
$1,500.
Yeah, if they start having to do things to the engine, that's a serious problem that can be very expensive. Okay, wow.
But
Now it's working okay for you?
yeah, now it's working really good.
All right, good. Let's see here. Ooh, this is a fun one. Tell us about the last time that you went dancing. Dania?
The last time I went dancing on September, I went to a quinceañera.
Okay. Nice. Those are fun.
Yeah, and I dance a lot.
Good. All right. What about the last time you stretched? Norma, do you ever stretch?
Yeah, every moment when I have time.
Good. What about the last time you watched a sports game, Araceli?
The last time, a lot of years ago.
5 years ago? Wow, that's a long time ago. You don't like sports very much.
No, I don't like sports too much.
Okay. What about the last time you went for a walk, Danya? Just a walk.
I went to walk before the coronavirus started.
All right. What about do you ever jump rope, Norma?
No,
No.
I can't. I have to learn first.
The last time I jumped rope was probably like in college, like 20 years ago.
No.
Yeah. It's a really good workout though. If you can,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very good for you. That's why the boxers do that. It helps you build up endurance. What about the last time you exercised, Araceli?
Exercise. 2 years ago, I went with my family to hiking. It was so hard,
Okay.
but it was nice. Or
Okay. Yeah, I like hiking. I'm thinking this Saturday. For like the last month, I keep talking with my mom about going for a hike, but so much stuff has been going on that I haven't been able to do it. But I think I've finally gotten past all the complications, and maybe this Saturday I can go for a hike. I want to so bad. Let's see here. Lift weights. Jog. Sorry. Do you ever jog, Danya?
What is the mean joke?
Jog means to run, but not fast. Like
Oh yeah, I know.
trotear, right? Like in Spanish.
Trotar.
Trotar. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
To jog. You ever jog?
No,
No. You don't like
I
it?
never do.
I go. I try. I try to go a couple of times a week. It's good for me. It makes my head. Believe it or not, it's hard on your muscles and your body, but for me, it's for my head. It clears my head out. It's so nice. Do you ever lift weights, Norma?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. When's the last time you lifted weights?
I think, but it's, I just have the five pounds
Mm-hmm.
to do it, to lift.
That's fine. Good. All right. Good versus well. Number one, Araceli.
How well can the students at your school sing?
They sang very well in the school concert last week.
The director told them that the school concert was very good.
My sister played the piano very well in the school concert too.
I never learned to play the piano. I am not a good piano player.
My brother is a good guitar player, but he didn't play in the school concert.
My teacher knows how to sing well, but she didn't sing because she had a cold.
It's not good to sing when you are sick.
Next month, we will have another school concert, and my teacher will sing very well then.
Our school concerts are always very good. I hope you'll visit us sometimes.
Perfect. You guys got this. You're making it look easy. Nice job. All right. Choices with the words and or. So when talking about choices, there are a number of words that we can use, but the most common ones are going to be or. So for example, or is a word that we use to connect two or more possibilities when typically only one of the options is a possible outcome. So for example, here we've got two choices, heads or tails. It cannot be both heads and tails, okay? When you flip a coin, when you do a coin toss, you're only gonna get one side of it. Do you prefer coffee or tea? I prefer coffee, okay? With this word prefer, you're almost always gonna have just, the word or and then just one of the choices, because your prefer means that you have one is better than the other for you, right? Here's another good one. Do you want to go to the movies or stay in and watch a movie? You can't go out to the movies, but also stay at your house and watch a movie. You can only do one of those. Would you like a beer, a glass of wine, or a cocktail? I've got some friends that might say all three, but it's typically a very bad idea, right? So We can connect multiple choices. Typically, you want to just do 3 at a time, but you can add 3 or more. If you just have 2 choices, you say coffee or tea. When we have 3 or more choices, we also need to add a comma between the choices, and we only say or once for the very last one, okay? All right, and is a word that's used to connect 2 or more options that are possible at the same time, okay? So for example, I like coffee and tea. I like to go out to the movies and watch movies at home. I like to drink beer, wine, and cocktails sometimes, right? It's okay to like coffee and tea, but you can only prefer one of them. I like coffee and tea. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in, but typically I drink coffee almost every morning, right? All right, here we've got a good example for you. This is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. You normally don't have a sandwich with only peanut butter or only jelly, okay? Sometimes, you know, we'll start a question with the word or. Do you prefer coffee or tea? And you can change the answer a little bit, right? I like coffee and tea. If you like them both the same, the question directly is to ask which one do you like more, but there are some people that like them both exactly the same. So you can say, oh, I like coffee and tea. Or to add a little more detail, I like coffee and tea equally. And then oftentimes in a negative response, you'll use the word or. Do you prefer coffee or tea? I don't like coffee or tea. All right. So now here we go with or, right? We've got or, and then in the middle we have and, okay? Would you like a peanut butter or, would you like peanut butter or jelly on your sandwich, or both peanut butter and jelly? So let's see here. What questions might give you this answer? I like soccer more than baseball. What do you think, Araceli? What's the question I would ask here to get this answer?
Do you like what sports would you like?
Yeah, what's do you like? Specifically, I would say, do you like baseball or soccer more? I like soccer more, because we have this word more. It kind of has the idea that we're given a choice. What do you think for number 2, Dania?
I don't like coffee or tea. Do you prefer coffee or tea?
Good. And then, yeah, no, I don't like either. Good. Number 3, Norma.
Do you prefer watch movies at home or at the movie theater?
Very good. Number 4, Araceli, or sorry, Norma.
Araceli.
Araceli? Okay, yeah, Araceli.
Do you like some drink, or do you like beer or wine?
Yeah. Do you like beer or wine, or do you want beer, wine, or a cocktail? There's a couple of different questions you could ask here. What do you think for number 5, Dania?
Do you like more? Do you like your dad or your mom?
Close.
More?
Here I would say, do you look like your dad or
Do
your
you
mom?
look
I don't want
like?
to say, do you like your mom or dad more, but do you look like your dad, mom or dad?
Yeah.
Do you look more like your mom or your dad? Number
Do
6, Norma.
Where do you prefer to go for vacation?
That's good. Here we could say, because we have there's a bunch of different things. That's a great question that you had. The question we had also works for vacation. Do you prefer the beach or the mountains?
Do you practice any winter sport?
Yeah. And another question we could say, do you prefer to ski or snowboard? I don't like any winter sports. But what you said too also works. Number 8.
Do you play soccer, baseball, or football?
Yeah. Good. All right, moving on along. We've only got 7 minutes left, so this might be our last activity, but let's ask each other these questions. So number 1, Araceli asked Dania, number 1.
Question? Okay. Daniel, did you watch the cloth yesterday?
Yes, I watched my clothes yesterday.
Good. All right, number 2.
Norma, did you fix your car yesterday?
No, I didn't fix my car yesterday. Araceli, did you bake pizza yesterday?
No, I didn't bake a pizza yesterday. Dania, what type of movies did you watch last weekend?
I watch action movies.
Good.
Norma, did you watch the romantic movies last Friday?
No, I didn't watch a romantic movie last Friday. Araceli, when was the last time did you dance?
When was the last time that you danced?
Wow. It was like 1 year ago.
Too long. Too long.
Yes. I really like to dance, but we can't go at this time.
Not right now. When I keep telling my students, because I like to dance a lot too. When the coronavirus is over, we're gonna go have a big dance party somewhere. I need it. I need it. This is so. I got married like 4 years ago, and I got divorced 3 years ago, and I had a son in the process.
Oh.
And for the past 3 years, I've had my son 6 days a week. I've had absolutely no time for me.
Yeah.
And in January, I finally got my ex-wife to really agree to 50-50. So I started going out to dance again. And so like in January, like the last week of January and February, I finally got to go out to dance. It's like the first time I've been dancing in 4 years.
Wow.
And then in March, the coronavirus hit.
Oh my God.
Like, oh my God, I've been waiting to go out for this long. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so sad.
But I'm healthy, so I really can't complain. All
Where
right.
do you go to dance?
What's that?
Where do you go to dance?
Usually to La Rumba. I like dancing salsa.
Oh, I like the rumba. I know it. It's a nice place.
All right, number 7, Araceli to Dania.
Dania. Dania, what did you cook yesterday?
Yesterday I cooked flautas.
Delicious.
Norma, did you brush your hair this morning?
Yes, I did.
I
brush
don't.
my hair. Araceli, did you walk this morning?
No, just from my room to the kitchen. So, Dania, uh, did you went, no, did you go shopping last week?
No, I didn't. I didn't go to shop.
All right, real quick here. We've got a few more here. Norma, what did you do last weekend?
Last weekend, I went to the lake in the mountains last weekend.
Cool. What did you do last Christmas, Araceli?
Last Christmas, I spent time with my husband's family.
Good. What did you do earlier today before class, Dania?
I was working in my house.
Okay, good. What did you do yesterday, Norma?
I went to my husband work yesterday.
Good. All right, and last summer, Araceli, what did you do last summer?
Last summer, I went camping.
Nice. Where did you go?
And we went to Nebraska, to the lake.
To the lake. Yeah. What's the name of the lake in Nebraska?
Maconawi, I think.
I don't know. It's
Yeah,
hard.
something like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. I've never been there. I've gone to the one in Wyoming, Glendo, which is really nice. But I hear the one in Nebraska is nice too.
What is the name you said? Can you write it?
Glendo. Glendo. Just like it sounds. Glendo. 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 And that's only like 4 hours away from here. It's just you go straight up I-25, hit Wyoming, and you're there. It's nice. All right, so we're gonna start off with our determiners. These are tricky words, okay? These are gonna be a little confusing for you. You're all three native Spanish speakers. You know, in Spanish, this is gonna be the same word, but in English, we have two different words here. Every and each, okay? And there's a very subtle difference. Many times we can use every or each, but then we also do have specific use cases for these words. It's more of a concept, the idea that these words express. Every has the emphasis on all, on the entire collective group, versus each emphasizes the individual person or thing, okay? Few and a few, okay? These are other kind of confusing words. Few means virtually none or almost zero, very little. For example, few of us would rather be sick with a cold than go to work, which means most people would rather go to work than be sick, okay? A few means a little bit more, right? So few is almost nothing. A few is a little bit more. Still a small amount, but just a little bit more, okay? Some are a handful. Typically, when we use this expression, few, we might be referring to like one or two people or things. A few would typically mean like 3, 4, 5 things, okay? Still a very small number. A few of us plan to visit our friend in the hospital later today, okay? Another expression that we could say, instead of saying few, we could say not a lot. And instead of saying few, we could say at least some. Okay? So, for example, I could say here, look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. I have a few books on my I have a few books on my bookshelf. Okay? There's a few. Not many, but a few. Have you read any of them? Yes, I have read a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
To say a few or few, we can use these with our plurable countable nouns, okay? So for example, I spent a few days in New York. That has more of a positive meaning versus just has few friends. That has kind of a negative meaning to it, okay? A few sounds positive, few sounds negative. There are a few days left in February. I think I will use a few of them to go on vacation. Okay? So let's try and practice here with each, every, a few, or few. Araceli, try number 1, please.
I have to clean my house every week or it will be very dirty.
Good. Number 2, Danya.
I have read a few books, but I would like to read more books.
Good. Sarai, number 3.
My sister owns each book from the author J.K. Rowling.
Technically, it's correct to say each book. I would prefer the word every here. It sounds more collective as the whole versus when you say each book.
But in that case, book, it's correct.
Yeah.
Not books.
No.
Okay. That's why but yeah, I throw was every, but I confuse with the word book.
Yeah. Book, every only goes before the singular word. You can't use it with the plural word.
Okay.
All right, number 4, Araceli.
Each of the clients wanted to be contacted by phone.
Good.
Leticia gave each of her daughters a nickel for Christmas.
Say that one more time, Danya.
Leticia gave each of her daughters.
Each of her daughters. Yeah, good. So there's another one for you. Whenever we say of, we use the word each. Each of her daughters. And there's the plural form. We could also say this in the singular form with just each daughter.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Sarai.
He reads the newspaper every morning.
Good. Oops. Araceli?
I saw it. I don't like each of the new movies by Steven Spielberg.
Good.
There are each options of good wine in this restaurant.
A few,
A few.
A few.
I guess.
I would say a few. There are a few
A few.
options of good wine in this restaurant. Yeah, you could also say few if you wanted to make it more negative, right? When you say there are a few options, it sounds like a good statement. Yay, there's a few good options, right? If you were to say few, it sounds kind of negative. This restaurant doesn't have good wine.
Gotcha.
All right, now we've got all, another, or all of. Number 1. Are we with Sarai now?
Would you like another piece of cake? Of pie?
Another piece of pie, yeah. Norma.
Good morning.
Hi, Norma.
Hi.
All right, Norma, we'll go with you now, okay? Number 2, you can use the word all, another, or all of. Which is the correct word?
Oh, you can have all the hats because I'm giving them away.
Very good. Araceli?
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
What is all the noise I hear? It's one
I would
egg.
say here all of the noise I hear. What is all of the noise I hear?
Okay.
Los ruidos. All of them.
All right, Danya, number 4.
All us are going to spend our summer in Seattle with your family.
Again, here I would say all of us.
All of us.
Jess, I would like another coffee, please.
Very good. Norma, number 6.
I think they are all of crazy.
I think they are all crazy.
Oh,
All right, let's keep going here. Number 1, Araceli.
They have class every Tuesday.
Good.
Or, Mhm.
Tanya, number 2.
You can either clean your room or do your laundry.
Very good.
There are a few shares in the apartment. We need to buy more.
Yeah, here I would say there are few chairs. Okay, that sounds more negative than if we say a few.
Okay.
And because of the context of the second part of this, we need to buy more. That indicates that we do not have enough, so we need more.
Okay.
All right, number 4, Norma.
I bought a few of my sister a bracelet for Christmas.
That's technically correct. I accept that. I think we're looking for each of my sisters a bracelet here. If grammatically, if you were to say I bought a few of my sisters, that's grammatically correct. It would indicate that you have a lot of sisters. if you're able to buy only a few of them a bracelet. So
Okay.
when we say each of my sisters, it has the idea I have 3 sisters and each one got a bracelet. I bought 3 bracelets.
No.
All right, number 1, Araceli.
5.
Either
Number 5, sorry, not number 1.
you agree or you disagree.
Say that one more time.
Either you
Or
Araceli? Number
Can
5,
you repeat?
Araceli?
Out.
Okay,
Saying
Araceli, I don't know if you can hear me,
either
but I
you
can't.
agree or you
Okay, disagree.
agree.
Your connection's breaking up a little bit, Araceli. I'm sorry. I was having a hard time hearing you. Danya, number 6.
Every boy in my class received a hat from our teacher.
Yeah.
Each.
Technically, that's correct. Each boy also works here.
Okay.
every people in the US speak more than one language. No?
Every people, we can't ever say every people. That doesn't work.
Each.
Because people is plural.
Yes.
You can't say every before a plural word.
A few.
Mhm. A few people in the US.
Yeah. Here, a few sounds positive. I would say negative. Few people in the
Few.
US.
Negative.
Americans are not very bilingual. Most Americans do not speak a second language.
Yeah, sounds,
Yeah.
sounds weird.
In the United States speak more than one language. All right, Norma, number 8.
She reads every night.
Yeah. Number 9, Araceli. Araceli, number 9. I don't know if you're.
Minutes to talk.
It's breaking up, Araceli. I'm having a very hard time hearing you. Danya, number 9.
I only have a few minutes to talk, so you need to
Can you
make
hear me?
it quick.
Yeah.
Right now.
Araceli, I'm not sure if you want to try and log out and log back in. Your connection seems to be very choppy. It's hard to hear you, okay?
No, but
Your computer is freezing up. So try and log back out and then log in again, okay?
okay.
All right. Little and a little. Same kind of concept with few and a few, right? Little means not much. A little means less than some, but more than none. One's positive, one's negative. We have little time, so let's start working. Versus he put a little sugar in his coffee. A few versus a little. In terms of meaning, they more or less mean the same thing, but there is a difference in terms of the grammar. You can only use a few before a plural countable noun. A few apples, a few chairs, a few potatoes. In a little, we can only use before an uncountable noun. A little sugar, a little water, a little ice cream. You cannot cross these. Even though they mean the same thing, you can't cross it, okay? So, a lot and lots of can also mean a large amount, okay? Here we have a lot of apples, or here we can say, here we have lots of apples. A lot of apples or lots of apples. Both are correct. A lot can also mean frequently or very often. For example, especially right now with coronavirus, right? I wash my hands a lot. I do not go skydiving a lot. Many is similar to a lot of, but can be more formal. It's used for countable nouns. Many people like working early in the morning. A lot of people like working early in the morning. They're both interchangeable in this circumstance. There are many balloons. Many of them are red. Much. Much is similar to many, but is used for non-countable nouns. Much of the ocean is being studied by scientists. All right, so now let's fill in the sentences, fill in the blanks with the appropriate determiner. Araceli, is the connection better now? I guess not. Okay, Danya, number 1.
You can have a little snack before dinner, but don't eat too much or you will be full.
Very good. Number 2, Sarai.
There are a lot of dead leaves in our backyard now that it's fall.
Norma, number 3.
Um, how how much appetizers do you want for
Mm.
the dinner party?
All right, so careful. This is a countable noun, so we have to say how many appetizers. Because appetizers is plural, we have to say many. You can't put much before a plural word. All right, number 4, Danya.
That dress is way too much money.
Good. Number 5, Sarai.
There are a lot of things about me. No, there are many things about me that you
What?
don't know.
That's okay though to say a lot of. That is
Mhm.
correct. Many and a lot of can be used interchangeably, so that is correct. Based off the options here, it would be better to say many. All right, number 6, Norma.
You are too much to know about the problems of the world.
Yeah, this is a bad example. You are too little to know about the problems of the world. That was not an example. So this is a bad example, number 6. Number 7.
There are a lot of trees in Seattle.
Good.
I know. I know. I know much of everything. I don't know. I know. I know. A lot of everything.
That actually works. Yeah, you could actually say a little or a lot. I know a little of everything, or I know a lot of everything. All right,
Okay.
last one, number 9, Norma.
Jenny doesn't want to work because there is too much to do.
Very good. All right, nice job with that. Let's keep going here.
How
How
many oranges do you have?
Yep.
I have many friends.
There is too much sugar in this tea.
Good.
There is a little bit of pasta left if you want some. If
Good.
you want some.
How much time do I have left?
Good.
I have a little of homework to do this weekend.
Because the word of is there, I wouldn't say you can never say a little of. You could say I have a lot of homework to do this weekend.
I hope no.
What do you mean you hope not? Homework's good. That's how you learn. 2 times as much homework now, Sarai.
Just for Sarai.
It's because we are moving, so
1 hour for Norma, 1 hour for Danya, 5 hours for Sarai.
I did.
Number 7, Danya.
There were many people who showed up to the festival.
Good. Sarai, last one, number 8.
I have too much pairs of shoes. Too many.
You have to say too many.
Many.
Too many pairs of shoes. Okay. All right, so that is the end of lesson number